All right, today we're diving into a really beautiful and profound story. It's a kind of hero's journey, one that pulls from all these ancient myths to ask a huge question. What does it actually mean to find your way home? So, right off the bat, we're hit with this incredible paradox. The idea that the home you remember, the one you're desperately trying to get back to, it's not real. It's just a memory, an idea. It doesn't exist anymore, which, leads to a pretty obvious question. Exactly. If the destination isn't even real, why go through all the pain? Why face all the monsters and the trials? Well, that's what we're going to unpack. We're going to follow this traveler who learns that the journey isn't about finding a place, it's about finding yourself. Okay, so part one, the departure. And the first step on this epic journey, well, it doesn't happen on a map. It happens inside your own head. This is the engine for the whole story. It's that gnawing feeling of displacement, that sense that you just don't belong where you are. It's like you're in a kind of internal exile, and your true self is stuck somewhere back in the past. And this line, wow, it just nails it, doesn't it? The problem is that our own minds create this perfect, idealized home, a city built out of nostalgia, out of longing, not out of actual bricks and stone. And that's the impossible city our hero is trying to return to. So here's our roadmap, but think of these less as places and more as mythic trials. Each one is a test designed to strip away another layer of who our traveler thinks they are, getting them closer to who they really are. All right, part two. We're hitting the first trials now, and they teach a lesson that is frankly pretty brutal. It's all about survival. So you're faced with a threat that's just bigger than you. Think of a giant in a cave with one eye. You can't fight it head on. In a situation like that, your name, your pride, your ego, they're not assets, they're liabilities. To get through it, you have to become invisible. And this is where things get really interesting. It's this incredible paradox. By literally calling himself nobody, the hero actually gains power. He becomes somebody because he's nobody. Anonymity becomes his weapon. It lets him beat an enemy that would have crushed him otherwise. So at this point in the journey, this is what sacrifice means. It's not about giving up a thing you own. It's about giving up your entire self. It's total self-erasure just to stay alive. But believe me, that definition is about to change in a big way. So our traveler has survived the raw physical threats. But now they're going to face challenges that are way more subtle, way more seductive, and honestly, maybe a lot more dangerous. The journey now leads to this enchanted island, a place that's all about comfort and pleasure and ease. But here's the thing. This isn't a reward, it's a trap. It's designed to make you forget why you started the journey in the first place. I mean, what an image, right? It's this idea that a life without struggle, without challenge, makes you weak, it makes you soft. You lose your nails, so you can't fight, you can't climb. It's a gilded cage that just slowly drains your will to escape. So to break free, our traveler has to go to the underworld. Now, we're talking about a symbolic journey, right? A dive deep into their own past, their own memories. And down there in the darkness, with the ghosts of who they were, they start to finally understand their own story. And bam. Just like that, our understanding of sacrifice completely shifts. It's not about erasing yourself anymore. Now it's about discovery. It's about confronting your past to learn the truth of your own origins. It's an act of revelation. Okay, here we are. The climax of the entire journey. Our traveler now knows where they're from, they know who they are, and they have to face the ultimate test. Now, after facing down giants and journeying through the land of the dead, you're probably expecting some epic final battle, right? But the real test isn't fought with swords. It's something way more personal. That's it. The final challenge is the Siren's song. It's this beautiful, irresistible melody that promises to give you everything you've ever wanted. It shows you that perfect city, that home you've been searching for. But if you answer it, if you turn toward it, you're destroyed. And this is the absolute key to the whole story. This is the big aha moment. Real wisdom, real reason, isn't about doing something. It's about choosing not to do something. It's having the strength to listen to that perfect, tempting song, feel it pull you in, and consciously choose to sail past. That's true transformation. And with that final test passed, the journey home can finally be completed. But the person who's about to step back on that shore is not the same person who left, not even close. Just look at the difference here. The journey started with this feeling of being a prison in the waves, totally helpless, defined by everything happening to you. But it ends with this profound understanding that sacrifice is finally complete when you can just look in the mirror and see who you really are.
And this is it. This is the ultimate truth of the journey. It was never about a city. It was never about a physical place. It was about reaching this moment of self-recognition, finally seeing the stranger you've become and accepting that person as you.
And that gives us our final and most profound definition of home. It's not a dot on a map. It's a point of arrival inside yourself. It's where the journey ends, because that internal exile is over. The stranger you were has finally become you. So we end up right back where we started, but now everything looks different. If that home you longed for never really existed, then the journey isn't a failure. The journey forces you to build a new home right inside yourself. And it leaves us with this question to think about. When you realize you can't go back to the past, who are you forced or maybe privileged to become?